Welcome to Buckle Up Podcast Universe with Brandon Rush.
Okie dokie. Let's see here. Sound should be cutting on in a second. We have Nurse Gabby back here. Gabby,
Hi, can you hear me
hey,
now?
yes, I can hear you. You know what? Your microphone might have been okay. It might have been the fact. It might have been on my end. The
Oh,
fact that I
okay.
think I might have had my microphone. It might have been connecting to my watch.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you look beautiful as always.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
How are you doing?
You're looking great too.
I'm all right. I'm doing all right. I knew you were coming on, so I had to dress up.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Gabby, thank you so much for coming back. I apologize so much. I was devastated after our phenomenal conversation on Thursday or Friday. It was that it didn't, something happened. For some reason, it didn't. I think they thought we were cooking up something nice. So they like just canceled it out. I didn't get any of the footage from it. I'm like devastated.
It's okay. It happens sometimes.
Yeah. Well, welcome back today. But I have my notes from the other day,
Yes.
which I am going to go back to those notes today. Hold on a second, Gabby. Let me scoot up to them. What have you been up to? First off.
Work 4 days straight. Now I'm off and I'm just taking care of myself. I use
Yeah.
those days to take care of myself, go to the gym, eat healthy.
Yeah, you've been hitting it hard. Like I keep up
Yes.
with you, and like literally, if you're not doing those long walks or runs, whatever it is, it's you're at the
Yes.
gym.
Yes, I'm working really hard on my body,
Oh,
summer body.
hey, I feel you. It's never too late. I was telling people it's fourth quarter. I'm just hard on myself, but you look like you were ready to go.
I think so. I
Yeah.
think I have a long way to go, but I'm still working on myself.
Okay. That photo I saw with you and your friend in the red dress. When was that?
2 days ago.
Was it really? Wow.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
yo, let me tell you, you were killing it in that. Looking like the, I guess, Colombian slash Ecuadorian Jessica Rabbit.
Yes. She's
Um,
Mexican, but we do like a really good combine.
you two combined, like, you mean going out together as a team?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you queens were definitely slaying.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So, Gabby, I have my notes right here from the other day. We can start wherever, but I'll tell you what we covered. We covered peptides. We did relationships, red flags, and dating. We
Yes.
did going to work and dealing with bad representatives, and then even you
Mhm.
talked about. I think what was important was even all of it was great. Even the unions in the hospital system, which I wasn't aware
Yeah.
of. And so we can go with however you want to.
You want to start with the work situation?
Yeah, let's go back with work. So as we were talking the other day, a lot of times people like you, there's a good person who's traveling for work. You're a travel RN, which is great money. We sometimes deal with people who at our jobs make our job a living hell. Like it's
Yes.
not about the work. They're literally just there to try and make your life miserable and get you to quit because they're afraid of you taking their job, which that's not what we're not here to do. So yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
sometimes you get into a job and you don't realize what is like the background. Sometimes people they just looking for jobs, but for me, I feel like it's really important for you to look into what you can benefit from your job, not only making money, but also like what is the background that whatever this hospital can help me too. Because we were talking about that a lot of hospital they're union,
Yeah,
and there are a lot of hospitals that don't have union. So the difference between both of them is that when they have union, you have somebody representates you whatever it's going on. If you have like a something going on at work and you're not happy with management, you're not happy with some specific coworker, so
yeah,
they back you up. But when they're hospital, they don't have a union, they can get rid of you anytime, whenever they want. So always look into something that will benefit you.
absolutely.
So
Um,
that's the difference between both of them.
Yeah, and Gabby, along those lines, I was saying last time as well the fact that like HR, when it comes to those things where you're going to HR is not human resources are not there for you. They
Yeah. Oh,
they aren't there to help you
absolutely.
at all. They're there to help the company because they're trying to figure out, hey, how can they minimize damage that's being done? But they are not there to benefit the nurse or anybody in job. They really aren't. They truly are there for themselves and the company. So, uh,
Absolutely.
And then a lot of times too, which people don't know is if you have an email, a company email or something like that, they'll shut that thing down.
Yeah.
They'll shut it down, and as another protection tactic to keep them from, let's say if you had an email correspondence where you literally have that person at your job that's causing you trouble, they'll
Yeah.
shut that down so you can't access it.
Yeah, it is really sad. We all have been on toxic environments at
Yeah.
work. All I think nobody like there always someone that is seeking to make your life miserable at
Yeah.
work, but you have to be able to manage, and that's so important for me. Like either can go in the right way having a union because it's a monthly fee that you have to pay.
Yeah.
So pretty much to take care of your job, but at the end of the day is somebody that can take care of you, and somebody that backs you up is super important to me.
Absolutely. Gabby, what are those union fees like for you guys?
There are different
Ballpark.
fees for PCA, for patient nurse assistants. There's a certain type of fee. For us, I believe it was $65, but I don't work with union anymore.
Okay.
So you have to be very careful what you say, when, and that's usually why a lot of the times that I share personal stuff on close friends, or you either look of the ways that you always not to share it with everybody.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Not everybody's your
Because
friend.
now everybody's your friend, and you have to
Yeah.
be very careful what you say and when you say things, especially that's something that will compromise your job.
Oh, amen. You're preaching to the, like, you were absolutely right. And it's so sad that people, like, because I can tell you're a good person. You came from good quality people. It's you deal with people in jobs that are jealous and will act like they're your friend. I've heard so many sad stories, like constant sad stories about people that in the minute, let's say if you get recognition for something, that person will double down on trying to get rid of you any way that they can. That's why I don't, honestly, like in my jobs, I love my people I work with, and I was always friendly at work, always enjoyed everybody I work with, but I didn't say anything personal. I always kept it separate. Like, and I always keep it separate too. I go to work, I work, and then I'm off to doing whatever I'm doing in the world. I don't hang out
Yeah,
outside of work. It's just,
definitely. You have to be very careful what you said and who you say, because not everybody wants the best for you.
absolutely. No,
So,
you're
yeah,
absolutely
that's
right.
the thing with unions, and you just have to be very careful, especially when you're a new employee. I used to work 10 years for this company. I move on to a company that is not unionized. So I have heard stories that they get rid of them for no reason.
Oh, wow.
So you have, and they entitle. You
Yeah.
mean there's no company that protects you like a union.
Yeah.
There's always a representative that can go with you to a meeting with HR, and they'll back you up. But when you
Yeah.
don't have that back up, they just can get rid of you anytime, any day.
That's wow, that's wild. And Gabby, that's what I think I was talking to you last time. I know I was filming FBI in New York during October through February, and I know some nurses there that that's when a strike happened with the nurses. There was a
Yes.
strike for nurses there, which, and that was about getting was that about like kind of getting better wages or having like I don't know exactly what it was, but I know several nurses, even like pharmacists too. They're like, hey, we're striking right now. I don't know. Was it for better
Yes.
pay?
I mean, like, they strike for different stuff.
Yeah.
What I have here recently was for better wages,
Okay.
especially when a hospital they sell to a different company and that company comes up. So this is going to sound really weird, but let's say there's this company, a hospital for several years, 20 years, but they decide that they don't have the funds anymore and they sell to a different hospital. So
Yeah.
that new hospital has like 60 days to either keep you or get
Ooh.
rid of you.
Oh, wow.
So it is insane, but they entitled because they're a new company. There's no backup to
Yeah.
protect you, so they can do with you anytime, anything that they want, pretty much on 60 days.
Well,
It's like it's called a probation date.
like probationary period kind of thing. Gabby, wouldn't
Yes.
that, I mean, this is just me asking, as I'm just asking, don't want to put you in jeopardy or anything like that, but what about a person who has a patient? That puts the patient at risk. If a person's getting fired in between the switchover.
Oh, they don't do that.
Okay, gotcha.
They either do it at the beginning of the shift, but most likely they either do it at the beginning or they do it at the end.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, depends what type of job you're working, but usually, like, when you have a career, or they have to manage it proper because they can get sued.
Yeah, okay.
So, I mean, they work for their own benefit, especially if you're making a lot of money. And now we're a new hospital, we're going to find something that's going on with you to get rid of you.
Yeah.
And which, yes, we always talk about that. And when you start working in new companies, there's always like one or two people that they just don't like you for, you can do anything,
Yeah.
everything great, but sometimes they're going to pick on you just because,
Yeah.
but unfortunately that's, and people tend to forget, like we talked about last time, that they tend to forget that, hey, we all start from the same place.
Yeah. We really do. It's
Yeah.
like from the bottom come up together. We should be. It's people. I can. Well, you know what? Since Bible, there's been people that are greed and jealous of people. So
Yeah.
it's or envious. It's sad, but it's been there since the beginning of time, and it's so unfortunate because I don't have that kind of bone in my body. I really don't.
Yes, I know,
But
understand.
but
But
I too have dealt with it on jobs where like literally I customers loved me. Everyone loved me at that job, but I had a person that was a person that like verbally abused me, mentally abused me every day. I was sick to my stomach going to work. This person
it's like a
called all
purpose
kinds
for
of
them, right? I'm going to make this person's life miserable
yeah,
today.
yeah. But the thing is, it was every single day for 6 months, every single
Wow.
day. And then I remember the person. I think I could talk about this to a certain extent. I remember my mom was in the hospital. I had to take care of some stuff with her, and the person made a joke about that. And that's when I was like, hold on a second. This is my mom. This is my last. My dad's passed away, but this is my
Yeah.
last parent, and you're making a joke about something serious that happened to my mom, and that either I have to quit or something else. Either I have to quit. Like you're making a joke about it to
Yeah.
coworkers who came back and told me. And so I'm just like, where is the soul at that you would think that that's something that's okay? Because it really
Yeah.
isn't.
And the companies, they look into it. Oh, this person has been here for 20 years
Yeah.
and this person is a new. So who's the problem? It's going to be you because you're the new employee, unfortunately. But I mean, you either stay in that place and environment and make it work, which is not healthy,
Yeah.
because it's like I used to think about those things when I used to work in this hospital, in this unit. I got transferred, and it was just like it was really bad for me. I used to wake up, I'm like, oh my God, I have to go to work today.
Yeah.
And I didn't I didn't feel like I wanted to eat. I was tired. I feel drained
Yeah.
for several months. But I mean, like, do whatever it works for you,
Yeah.
and always prioritize yourself, do your job, and go
Yeah.
home and love your family. That's my mentality nowadays, because
Yeah.
you cannot change somebody else's mentality. I mean, this person, that doesn't have nothing to do with you at the end of the day. You always have
Yeah.
to do with them, and just move on.
Absolutely. Amen. Gabby, what kept during those times, you kind of just said it there anyway, but I'm gonna just kind of what was it that kept you so much, what kept it going, what kept you encouraged? They're like, hey, like, look, I'm just gonna grind through this. I know
I
I'm
end up
going.
leaving the company.
Oh, okay. Well, you know
Yeah.
what? But honestly, if that's for your own mental health, physical health, all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
you have to.
Yeah, after almost 11 years, I end up leaving the company. And I feel like it was the best decision for me. But now you start a new job, and there are always going to be people around that they're just toxic, in a toxic environment. Like I said, doesn't have nothing to do with you at the end of the
Yeah.
day, it has everything to do with them. And I just think, like, you have to be smart
Yeah.
and not take it personal, just move on. And just sometimes those people, they need to be put on the spot,
Yeah.
you know because like, hey, I talked to this person, he's not doing management, he's not doing, so you know what, you take care of it on the moment, like, and sometimes that's what they need.
Yeah. No, I feel you. I
And even though that, hey, you're the bad person towards me, but now because I talk to you back,
Yeah.
I am the bad person.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah.
everybody stare at you like, did you just said that? Because I mean,
You
like,
no, I get you. You're defending yourself. No, I get that.
yeah,
Or excuse me, not defending yourself. You're standing up for yourself.
yes.
Which it shouldn't have got to that point.
Sometimes I understand. Sometimes you don't have to get to that point, but sometimes it's the need
Yeah.
for you to get to that point for
Hmm.
because nobody's doing anything. But I
Yeah.
left the company and I'm really happy. I just turned 1 year yesterday on this new company.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I'm really happy. I feel like you always have to be smart with the people that you talk certainly things.
Yeah.
And you start looking at patterns at where I choose this person to talk to about anything and everything.
Yeah.
And you get the best advice. And I feel like I love the Filipino nurses. Oh my
Oh,
God,
nice.
those are my favorite.
Yeah.
I cannot say enough about Filipino nurses. There's nothing better than Filipino nurses, not even Hispanic. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
just like, but Filipino nurses, they will fight for you. They will fight with the doctor. They don't care. They
Oh,
just
I
like,
love
but
that.
don't be their enemies. Let me tell you
Yeah. Yeah.
something. Don't be the enemies for a Filipino nurse.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I
if you
love that.
yeah, they have the best food. They take care of you, and they're just amazing people. I love
Okay.
them.
You know what? Anytime I get a nurse now, I'm like, do you possibly have a Filipino nurse that I could have? Because
Yes.
I,
They call it the titas. I don't know,
the titas.
yes, I don't know why they call it like that. It's somebody that is older than you, and they're just like they will take care of you.
Okay, I like that. I'm gonna have to.
Yes.
I have a friend who's Filipino who came on here who I think's great too. Her name's Carla.
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to talk to Carla about this and see what she says.
Yes, we love Filipino nurses.
Yeah. Okay. That is noted. Gabby,
Yes.
I wanted to also talk about peptides,
Yes.
and the regulitude or something. I don't know what it's called. I might have said that completely wrong.
Um, they're different ones, and what I was explaining last time, and I make a video of it. Like peptides, they're amino acids that wherever your body is losing over time. When we start getting older, we start losing collagen, we start losing like body mass, and any type of stuff that your body needs
Yeah.
over time that it starts losing peptides. They're amino acids that they help you to increase to go back to. It's just like a push.
Yeah.
So I've been doing this peptide for almost 2 months and it's just amazing.
Hmm.
I feel like Ozempic, there's a different brands out there. Ozempic makes you lose weight, makes you lose body mass. So that's why people they lose fat
Yeah.
fast and you see them in 1 week and you don't see them in the next week. And eventually you see them next week and they lost like 20 pounds already in less than a
Yeah.
month. But with peptides is different
Okay.
because they actually take care of like specific the one that I'm doing right now takes care of your muscle. So it
Okay.
doesn't get rid of your muscle mass
Yeah.
and gets rid of the bad fat. So we have body fat, subcutaneous, whatever you see in your body outside,
Yeah.
and the visceral that a lot of people doesn't have them, but people that they drink a lot, that they have poor diet,
Yeah.
they increase this fat in organs like the liver, kidneys, you name it. And it's super important that if you're alcoholic or you have a bad diet, these peptides will help you to
Really?
decrease that fat.
Yeah. Oh, it's like healthy fat too.
Oh,
Like,
yes. Well, the visceral fat is not good fat.
okay.
You don't need that on your
Yeah.
organs. So yeah, peptides is the best thing on the market nowadays.
Okay. And then Gabby, I might be wrong, but did you say there's one that helps with memory too? Did you say something about that, or was I wrong?
Yeah, it does help you with certainly different type of things. They're like I said, there are different type of peptides that they will help you with wherever you're seeking in your body. For me right now, I wanted to lose 20 pounds and I
Yeah.
lost 22 pounds already. And it's
Wow.
just my muscle is still intact, but
Okay.
I also run, lift weights.
Yeah.
It's just a push that helps you. A lot of people, when you start losing fat or start losing weight,
Yeah.
they give up easily because you don't see results as fast.
Yeah.
So that's why people tend to give up in a month. Let's goals. They put like a set up themselves in a goal of 6 months, but they don't see losing fat fast, so they give up easily. So I always recommend, like, I don't want people on peptides all the time,
Yeah.
but this will increase
Your
the
opportunity.
fat lost
Yeah.
faster, and you will see results faster. So it will increase, oh, I want to do more and more and more
Yeah.
and more.
You have to put in the work. You said several things there that I want to touch on. You have to put in the work. Like, I didn't start off looking like, I told you before, I used to be a fat kid. At least I might not have ever told you that, but I used to be a fat kid. But
Yeah,
I
you
played.
did tell me that.
Okay. Yeah. But I was always muscular as a kid, but then I gained a whole lot of fat because I was eating like crap. All the crap processed food that's terrible
It's
for you.
easy.
Yeah.
It's easy.
But when I started playing football, this is before peptides and all this. Actually, this is actually like physical work. When I started playing football, though, I lost that weight in 2 days, was 2 weeks, two practices a day in Virginia, which is hot as hell. 2 practices a day, and I was losing 10 pounds. Like, I'll lose 10 pounds a day, if not within a couple of hours. I'd always weigh myself at lunch, and I would have lost 10 pounds each time at lunch. And I got into super shape. But by that, what I'm trying to say is this: for people that you said, hey, you're losing hope, I'm not seeing results. Well, if you don't change your diet, for one, that's going to make a difference. If you're not exercising all that, of course, that's going to make a difference too. If you're not working out, or if you're not like doing something, you're not going to lose that weight. That stuff doesn't happen overnight. Like, it's anyone that's overweight that would be on that stuff, I would say, like, hey, you're right. It's not going to happen overnight. That's going to take weeks, because if you're actually physically putting in the work, that would take months if you were physically putting in the
Yeah.
work. But
It's
doing it
not
this
a
way,
task. It's not, definitely, it's not, you have to be mentally, physically, every single aspect of your life. And I think I have shared this with you, and I share with all my friends. Whatever you put yourself into it, whatever you give to yourself is
yeah.
whatever you give the people outside that you love. And I talk to my friends every single time, in a bad relationship, or they're not in shape, and I'm not, why he's doing this to me, or what is she's doing this to me. Like, at the end of the day, that doesn't have nothing to do with the other person, that you're like, this person can do A, B, C, D on you, but
Yeah.
you are the one. Unfortunately, it sounds harsh, but you are the one who decides that,
Oh,
hey, you
that's
know what, I don't accept this. So that's why you put in your body too. It's not bad relationships. I'm not saying that you have to get rid of your boyfriend or husband for 10 years just because.
hey, you might have to, depending on the
Sometimes you have
situation.
to. I feel like if you're not in a physical, a mental abuse, I feel like there's certainly things that you can go work on through
Yeah, yeah,
it. But
absolutely.
yeah, losing weight, it can be, if you're in a really bad, unhealthy relationship, that's also, that's why probably you're not losing the weight.
Oh yeah, because you're using other vices to, like,
Yeah.
maybe stress eating or what it could be. By the way, I'm gonna do this like baseball, because you just hit that for me. I'm gonna go ahead and catch that one, which is us into the bad relationships, because I know we talked about that the other
Yeah, we
day.
did. We did.
So that was a nice segue. You were I was telling you about, well, we were going back and forth with bad relationships, relationships in general, about how, well, first off, red flags. I
Yeah.
said a red flag for me, or a red flag for anybody, should be if a person's telling you what you can and can't wear, who you can and can't talk to. If the location thing, I think I was saying, like,
Yes.
if I have no
You
problem,
disagree with me?
I do disagree with you. I
Yes.
do disagree with you, because, like, I don't need to know if I have a girlfriend, if I'm dating someone. I don't need to know where you are. The only time I would need to know is to say, like, hey, if you think you're going to be in a dangerous situation or something like that, then let me know, like, hey, I might be here or whatever. I'm fine with that. But I don't think that you need to. That's the only way, I think. 'Cause the trust is gone if you need to know where someone is, or share your location at all times. I am sorry. That is just wild. And here's the deal. I don't mind, Gabby. I love that you're smiling. I don't mind sharing my location, because I have nothing to hide. Like, even like, I'll give my phone over, because I have nothing to hide. When I'm in a relationship or dating someone seriously, it's just them. It's not anybody else. So I personally have nothing to hide.
I have met very healthy relationships that they share their location, that doesn't have nothing to do. It just whatever works for you and your relationship. For you, you automatically set that up front, and you have told me that before. And
Yeah.
when we had conversations, no, I don't want a person to share my location, because that doesn't sit well for me. So you know that already from you. From
Oh, no, I'm not saying that. Like, if I say, I will tell, like, well, a lot of times, even when I was dating someone, they would come out with me and my friends, because I was happy to have.
Yeah,
I love being with this girl. Unless my boys were like, hey, Brandon, Can it just be a guy's night? Then yeah, sure, not a problem. But like, I have no problem.
Share
Hey,
your location at that point.
yeah, I have no problem. Yeah, the thing is, I don't have an issue against it. I'm just saying, like, if it's used as a form of control, then I have an issue with it. But if it's not, like, hey, sweetie, I'm going to Buffalo Wild Wings, just to use them for
Yeah.
example. I'm going with the guys at Buffalo Wild Wings. I'll be down there. Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
cool. Bet.
that's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, there are very healthy relationships that I have met that they share their location. It works for both of them. That's fine. I feel like
yeah,
if you're in a toxic relationship and you want to control your partner, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter that you share location. It doesn't matter that he show you the phone. If somebody wants to hurt you, they will
yeah,
do it anyways, regardless. You show the phone, you share location.
yeah,
This person can be next to you like all the time. If a person really has the commit to not commit to you, they
yeah.
will do it anyways.
Fine. Yes, absolutely.
They only takes like and they always said this like the biggest affairs it happens at work because you don't really know what the other person is doing at work. And I'm
Yeah,
not saying that they're cheating. I'm saying if that person wants to cheat, they will do it anywhere and everywhere
yeah.
that they want to, if they purposely do it. Yeah. And
Okay.
you eventually start getting into these relationships that you start looking at the patterns. Hey, you know what? I've been doing this for several years and I always shoot the same type of person. So who has to change there? It's either the other person that you're with or
Yeah,
yourself. So you have to start making changes little by little and eventually say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to compromise in a relationship with somebody that is like this,
yeah,
and this. So it's at the end of the day, it's on you.
yeah.
And like I told you at the beginning, you cannot give something that you're not giving to yourself.
Amen. No, I like
So
that. Another one that had me laugh, Gabby, is so I know people, I have friends that have done it. Like if I'm dating someone, there's times where I'm trying to figure out if I've unfollowed anybody before because I think I've unfollowed. I'm actually trying to think about it myself. If I've like unfollowed, if I like, I just think it's strange if someone tells me, hey, well, actually, if I'm dating someone, they say, hey, Brandon, I don't want you liking girls' photos or something like that. Well, if it's like thought photos or something like that, I can understand that. But I guess when people tell someone that I've had girls who I've spent time with in the past who've gone on to be in a relationship with somebody else, and that boyfriend was so jealous. I'm literally talking about actual situations that I've had. That they said, hey, either A, block Brandon, and then afterwards that girl has come back. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. Has
you've
come
been
back.
blocked.
Yeah, and unblocked and said, hey, Brandon, like, look, my boyfriend made me block you or whatever. I'm like, dude, first off, your boyfriend's a tool for real. Second off, it's like, how insecure are you? The fact that, like, I respect relationships. Even if someone else is in a relationship, I respect it. Like, I don't bother the person or something like that. But if they feel the need that, hey, I need you to block this person, that says more about the person being insecure than it does about the person they're dating, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that was my speech. Sorry. Maybe I knocked it out the park right there. So,
Yeah, and that has something like it goes both ways, like if you're asking another person to do certain things, but you're not doing to yourself.
yeah,
Like as a female, there's a lot of guys without shirts, muscles, whatever. And if you're liking those things, but you're asking your partner not to do it, I mean,
yeah,
like, you're not compromising a relationship because you're like you're asking your partner to do something that you're not doing to yourself.
yeah,
But I feel like that's a really toxic there. But if you start a relationship with someone and you eventually want to go their Instagram and they have like, either for me as a female has my partner has a bunch of girls, like 90% of the girls,
yeah.
he's telling you something there. He's literally telling you something there. I mean,
I,
like, you're
I never even
probably
thought about that, Gabby, at all.
there's you're the 91% now.
Yeah, I guess
He
so.
has 90% of females, so you're 91%. So
That is
he's
true.
literally telling you something there.
I never thought about that. I never thought
Yeah.
about that. I've never, because I'm actually friends with more girls than I am with guys. And I am
Mhm.
very oblivious when people like me. I'm actually notoriously oblivious if someone's into me. I'm notorious. You can ask any girl I've ever dated. They will tell you, Brandon had no idea I was actually into them. They will tell you that without a fact. Or like, yeah, I just oblivious. But I never thought about the fact that, like, hey, if you're finding not 90%, I would have to like unfollow a whole lot of people, which I don't mind doing. It would just take a while.
And vice versa for guys, if you look into their Instagram, who the girls is following, she's only following these guys without shirts. And the type of people that you like in the pictures also, like if you're liking pictures like somebody that is doing like a tech talk or whatever, it's just
Yeah.
like one thing, or you're liking things from church or whatever you like. But if you're liking girls that they're showing their boobs and their butt or whatever, and it's just communication. I feel like at the end of the day is you're communicating with your partner. You go with
Yeah.
your partner and say, hey, you know what, I don't like that you're doing this. And if the person is telling you like, hey, put it on you, and
Yeah.
not actually accepting, hey, actually I'm making a mistake, I don't want this for myself,
Yeah.
so I'm not going to do this to you.
Yeah.
So it's just, is there healthy and toxic relationships out there? And I see it
No.
all the time. The other day, I think I was looking at this video, and this is new. I was looking at it's a very popular video out there in TikTok. I will send it to you. But I
Okay.
saw that this girl, I think he was on his Apple Watch. They were driving together, and he was on his Apple Watch talking to his friend, I
Yeah.
believe. And he was saying, like, his girlfriend had his phone texting to his family, saying something bad things about him. And eventually he got his Apple Watch and started saying, hey, you know what? FYI, I'm not the one who's texting. It
Oh,
is
wow.
my girlfriend. And because she's on the watch saying those things, she trying to grab the Apple Watch from him, and
Yeah.
they had a car accident.
Oh, I
Like,
saw that one. And he ran it. Wait, was it was it the one
yeah,
which here's a brand new car? Was it that one?
yes,
It was the brand new.
yes,
Dude, that
yes.
is first off, break up
And at the end of
immediately.
the video, she's like, I don't know what you want from me. And I was like, you just crashed the car.
That's he needs to I saw that one. He needs to run and break
If
up
you're
with
listening to this podcast, whoever you are,
her.
you need a new car and you need a new girlfriend.
Yeah, seriously, because that kind of stuff leads to dangerous situations. Like you have to be so careful. Because me and my mom watch a lot of these documentaries on. Unfortunately, it's a lot of times it's women that get killed by their jealous
Yeah.
boyfriend or their jealous, usually jealous boyfriend or jealous husband. And it's you gotta. I mean, it's sad, but you gotta try to your best to avoid those situations. If you're seeing the red flags early, those red flags are not going in. If someone's
But
abusive
sometimes, you know what, Brandon, I feel like sometimes the red flags they start with you.
inside, huh?
Whatever you're not taking care of, you haven't healed, and there's people that they don't heal and they just go with a different person. You're going to find the same person just with a different face.
Yeah, you're
And you
right.
just keep doing the same thing. That sometimes, like I said, that doesn't have nothing to do with your exterior. It has to do everything with the interior. If you don't take care of yourself, you're gonna keep choosing the same pattern, the same people, just different faces.
I agree.
And
No,
yeah,
you're right.
like I feel like sometimes people think to, and I have been on those type of situations that, hey, the person is going to change for you. Nobody's going to change for you. A
Yeah,
baby is not going to bring peace into your relationship.
never.
Marriage is not going to bring, just because you have a ring doesn't mean that marriage is going to get better.
Yeah,
And I feel like at the end of the day, that those things they're going to make it worse. A
yeah,
baby, marriage, forcing someone to marry to you, and there's these patterns. Everything is just going to get worse than better.
yeah. Gabby, it's my mom has always funny. You're like with my mom with that. My mom
Mhm.
has always preached. And my mom likes you a lot too.
I
My
love
mom,
your mom.
oh yeah, she likes you too. My mom has always preached that. My mom has said that from as long as I can remember. She said a lot of people will have they're going through a divorce or something like that. They'll try and have a baby and think that's going to make their relationship better, which it doesn't.
No,
Um,
exactly.
Even if you have she even said this, and I'll quote her on it. She said, hey Brandon, if you ever get someone pregnant, you don't have to get married to that person. We'll raise the kid. You can guys
Mhm.
both be co-parents, but you don't have to raise that. Yeah, I mean, excuse me. Yes, raise. Sorry, I messed that up. You don't have to marry that person because it's too often in the past. That's what people are always doing, and it ended up ultimately leading towards divorce down the road.
Yeah.
So it's better to just, you guys can both co-parent and we'll help you, all of it will be co-parents than to be in a situation where you realize the fact that you guys really don't love each other. You got married because of a kid or you had a kid and think that was in it. And who suffers in that? The child does, for
The
one.
child, definitely. I heard that from I listen to podcasts all the time. I feel like there's every day that I work on myself and certainly different type of things because I don't want whatever I'm going through. I don't want to give that trash to somebody else that doesn't deserve it.
Yeah.
That's my mentality. But I hear podcasts and they always said the worst decision that you can make in your life is marrying the wrong person
Mm,
because that leads can everything, it leads to a really bad financial situation, um a bad child. This world is just twisted as it is
yeah.
already, so raising a child in a really bad household,
Yeah.
it can destroy the world too.
Oh, yeah. You're
And it's
absolutely right.
just a circle, it's a pattern, it just continues and building. And yeah, it's just mentally, physically, spiritually, everything goes to out of the window when you marry the wrong person.
Oh, yeah. I have a lot of guy friends who have gotten married to the wrong person, and that person was a nightmare. It takes two a lot of times. It does take two, don't get me wrong,
Definitely.
but I have friends that have been in domestic disputes, excuse me, domestic violence where their female partner beat them up.
Yeah.
And they had to get out because they were being physically beat up by their wife. It wasn't them returning the favor. It was them. They've had their significant partner was arrested several times, and they have had nightmare situations. I see that, and I'm like, hold up, man. That's a prime example because these are close friends of mine. I'm like, that's a prime example of why
Mhm.
I'm like, hey, I will wait until I know that I am 100% sure about this person. I always say that, a lot. If you want to find out about someone, go on a trip with them. So if you can survive
Yeah.
a trip with somebody
Definitely.
or live with someone for longer than a week, I always say like a week. Spend some time with someone for a week if you're dating. If you guys stay together for a week, if that's able to work from there, then you know for sure.
Yes.
But well, you don't know for sure, but you get to find out a lot about them.
Yeah, yeah, a lot about them. That I agree with you. Not necessarily a trip of 3 days, but it
Yeah,
will tell you a lot when you're spending a lot of time. Like you see those patterns, and you just want to see the best out of it, and just because you believe that that person can be better,
yeah.
no,
Hmm.
no, that person most likely will not change. A person will not change unless they want to change.
Amen. Gabby,
Yeah,
there's one more thing I want to say to you because this happened
yeah.
to me several times. It actually bothers me too. I thought about today when we didn't talk about this last time. I've had friends this is what it's gone both ways, and I can't stand it. Friends that have thrown me under the bus with their girlfriend or significant other, and put blame on me when I had nothing to do with it. Literally, they were too insecure with themselves, and honestly, it's not very friend-like of them. But have been in situations where they have put situations of them, however they were thinking, they have literally said, "Oh, well, Brandon's the one that said that." And I
Yeah.
have no clue. I had a buddy say that he thought his girl was hanging out with other guys. She had seen all these pictures with other guys. So he brought it up to her, and then he threw me under the damn bus. And that person still doesn't like me to this day. Like their partner doesn't like me to this day, because that person thinks that I said this, and I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I believe you. I've been on that situation. I
It's
personally, like,
awful.
I have been on that situation and I learned my lesson. At the end of the day, I feel like they going to stay together and you're going to be the bad person.
Yeah,
So I don't get in the middle ever again into something like that. Sometimes it's just like it doesn't have nothing to do with you, but they
yeah,
put you in the middle because they're having these issues,
yeah,
and they just like they're trying to find someone to blame. At the end of the day, but they either stick together with the relationship, or at the end of the day they end up breaking up, and they're going to blame it on you because it's easier.
yeah,
Oh, we're breaking up because this person did this to
yeah.
us. But that doesn't have nothing to do with me. You guys had a bad relationship already.
Exactly. No,
A
you're
really
right,
bad
Gabby.
relationship already.
Yeah, don't make me
But
the
okay,
problem.
blame it on me then.
Yeah, don't make me the problem. Don't make me the issues. And it's sad because I've had to I've stuck up for myself where I've been put in these situations. I'm like, wait a minute, I had nothing to do with this. You had
Mhm.
issues going on, and you brought me into it. First off, in my world, I promise you, I have more important stuff going on than your little relationship. Seriously, more things important than your little relationship. And you did and you is so highly offensive to me. And I know my character because my character's never been in question. But I'm saying to put me into a situation where now I have to defend my character. No, I didn't hit on you. No, I didn't hit on you or whatever the hell, but it just puts me in a bad light because it's like you created this lie and now I'm thrown into it. I didn't get this script. I'm sorry. I didn't get the rewrites here. I didn't even know I was part of this. So
Yeah, we learn, I have been on that situation and learn, but at the end of the day, I only blame myself, to be honest with you, just
yeah,
because I give advice and I shouldn't,
yeah.
I shouldn't.
And once again, you're just like my mom. My mom said, Brandy, you know what? The minute you give advice to your friend, the minute they get, first off, there'll be an argument. And immediately after,
You're,
that's why I keep my mouth shut. The minute after that, they'll start being back together and then they'll blame on you. The blame falls back on you
you
after.
are in the moment that you open your mouth to give advice that you was not. Actually, you shouldn't have opened your mouth for that advice.
Yeah,
That's the moment that you're getting involved with the relationship.
absolutely.
And I learned my lesson. So,
Okay. Well,
yeah,
Gabby, I also wanted to say, I just wanted to, I said this the other time too, but I appreciate how much, and this proves your character too, how much your friends supported you with how many downloads you had and how many people viewed it. Like literally from the gate, it was up to like 40 or 42. I think it might be higher than that now, but that's from the jump. Like that's from like the first couple of days.
yeah.
How
You
you're,
showed it to me. I think it was like 95,000 views on
oh
my
yeah,
podcast.
yeah. That's what we're talking
I
about.
am so glad. I'm so happy that a lot of people support me.
Yeah,
I think like I I always try to give the best to myself, even though I know I'm not perfect. I have a lot of things that I need to work on myself. But I feel like I always feel if I'm in a stable relationship partnership, I give 100% for that. My friends, I give 100%. My family, I give 100%. So I think like I am that type of person, even though of course I'm not even close to be perfect, and I'm not trying to be perfect because
yeah,
I always want to improve myself to become who I want to be. But yeah, I'm so grateful for all the people that supports me on a daily basis on my Instagram. I think like I have so many views in like I post a reel and I
yeah,
have this many like more than 2,000 views in one day.
yeah,
And I'm so grateful for all of them in the dancing scene, that the family that I have built from the dancing scene for the past 3 years. My personal life, I'm so happy what I have built with um, the persons that they're involved with me, and my friendships too.
yeah, absolutely. Well, Gabby, you have been wonderful today. I don't want to take up too much of your time because I know you probably got things
Thank
to do.
you.
You did promise you show me how to do the bachata.
Of course.
Okay, so I'm holding you to that.
When you come over here from New York, I just look for me, and I will take you to one of those places.
All right, that sounds good to me, Gabby. And
Like that
thank
you
you.
can keep creating red flags to all these girls that
Oh
are
yeah,
like block you. Block him.
yeah, exactly.
You know what
Exactly.
I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I do. I do. I do. Well, Gabby, thank you so much for coming today. You look beautiful as ever, and I appreciate
Thank
you coming
you.
back. And I know that this one recorded because I literally am looking at it to double check. Stop, pause, it's all perfect. We are good to go this time. As I said, I guess God just wanted us to do it twice, so people got the point 2 times this time.
Yes. Thank you for
So,
having me
of
always.
course,
Thank you for being the friend that you are for the past years. It's
yeah.
just like I support you on everything that you're doing. Like I'm really proud of you how you have built yourself in the television.
Thank
You
you,
have
Gabby.
been in multiple shows like Grey's Anatomy, FBI,
Yeah,
you name it.
yeah. It's a
You've been
lot.
doing great, and your mom should be really proud of you as the man that you're becoming. And
Well,
say
thank you,
hi
Gabby.
for me to her. I love
I
her.
definitely will.
And
Yeah, and
thank you
I
for having me on the show. I feel like compared with all the people that you manage daily, that you talk daily, that you have work daily, I am not that famous person.
well, you know what? You're famous to me, and you're important to me, and you're important to other people as well. And then your voice matters to me too.
Thank
So
you.
that's why I'm glad that you're here. So no, you are just as
Thank you.
important, if not more important than all of them. So
Thank you very much. Thank you,
absolutely.
Brenda.
Have a wonderful day, Gabby, and thank you so
Same
much
to
for coming
you.
on in the kind words.
Thank you. Let me know when this will come alive.
Absolutely, I will. I'll print out. And by the way, did you want me, Gabby? Will you send me your email one more time? Because if you want a hard copy of this, we
Yeah,
can have
sure.
that. Okay,
Yeah.
and I'll send that over to
Thank
you.
you for having me, and
Yeah,
it
thank you
was
for coming back.
fun.
I'll have you back again. This isn't your last time.
Yes.
All righty.
Next time we will dance bachata.
Okay. Hey, I'm holding you to it. All right.
Okay, take care.
Yeah,
Bye.
no problem. Bye, Gabby. You're
Bye
wonderful.
bye.